Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Hump Day. Welcome back to 30 and Go. We have an amazing guest tonight by way of Instagram and YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else that you can think of. You can find this guy's amazing talent. He is none other than Work More or Less.
What's up,
What's
man? How
up,
you doing?
man? Good, good, good. How's it
It's good to
going?
see
We're
you.
here. Yeah, it's good to see you as well, man. I'm so happy that you came around to the show. Happy, we've been in communication here and there,
Yeah,
here, there, and everywhere in a
I know
way.
and we know so many people, like John and Matt, like you guys see each other all the
Oh
time. So I
yeah,
feel like it's by
my new
extension,
my
I know
pizza
you that
crew.
way. Yeah,
Hey Fred, hey Mrs. Go. Yeah, you know those guys?
yeah.
You were all
Worked with
three in
them.
the same field. Yeah, I was
Yes,
how did I
yeah.
not put that
John
together?
actually had a J shot
Yes,
that most people
for
should
those who
know.
don't know.
Yeah, J shot
Speak
820.
of the devil and he shall appear.
There he is. All right.
So
Yeah.
that
So
hiccup happens to me often.
yeah. John was like, "Hey, we need to do a project together." And I was like, "Sure." He's like, "And we'll get Matt to come in too." And so
Yeah.
we teamed up and actually went to Nebraska and shot some stuff. It's pretty awesome. So got to spend
Oh,
like
that
the
was
full
that
week hanging
trip?
out with them. Yeah.
That's awesome,
Yeah. I
man.
love those
That
guys.
is awesome. Yeah. Matt knows his pizza and stuff. So we just decided to make it, we're really close to each other, less than half hour, all of
Yeah.
us. So it's one of those things where it's just like, all right, so are we doing this? Yeah, we're doing this. All right, we're doing this.
It's good.
And
It's good when you got like a close community, like people that you can actually meet up with. But also
yeah.
that can be bad because you're like, "Hey, I found these figures. You want them?" Like, sure.
Mm-hmm.
You're
Mm-hmm.
kind of enabling each other to
Oh,
spend your
oh,
money. But
enabling.
yeah,
Oh.
right.
I I just did that this weekend with Matt and Jay Shot. I went
That's right.
so in New York, we don't have Toys R Us. We have
Yeah.
a department inside Macy's that is a Toys R Us, and that's very
Oh,
small.
okay.
My
Yeah.
wife and I went there immediately when it opened up, and luckily enough, it was around Christmas time, so we got the benefit of seeing Manhattan dressed up for Christmas
That's awesome.
and exploring Toys R Us. And then, the I went to the one in New Jersey, which is the American Dream, and two Marvel Legends in the whole place.
Are you serious? Man, it's
Two
rough.
Marvel Legends in the whole place.
I mean,
And
that's kind of been everywhere too. Well, maybe not Marvel Legends so much, Black Series for sure, but just it's been
not
really
even, as a matter of fact, not even Black Series. And that's, that's something that you are like heavily invested in at this point, right?
yeah.
I'm
Yeah, I
pretty
mean,
sure he got I'm pretty sure he got
now
some stuff that people would be like, "Hey, I'll give you a kidney for."
I got a couple of kind of grail pieces in that line. But yeah, I mean, it's just it's gotten to the point, and we were talking about this earlier. It's gotten to the point where there's so much out there. Like
Mhm.
just with turtles, right? There's like 5 different
Oh,
lines you could
yeah.
collect at least, if not more. You're not including like Funko Pops and all that stuff. So it's like you just got to be smart with how you're spending your money and like have a focus. Because if
Absolutely.
you don't, you're just going to spend too much money and not have any space to actually display that stuff.
Well,
So
yeah, that's exactly it. I was told by John to stay out of his lane, so, Jay Shot, I can't get into the turtles.
oh, they're
So,
awesome.
I asked my wife to return to macaroni and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna do the photo.
that line is deep, man. I mean, just the cartoon stuff. I set them up recently, but just that line alone, I think it's under 100 figures or something like
Hmm,
that. And there's more coming. So just
I
that one
think
alone is insane. So I'm
yeah,
trying to be a little bit more selective with what I'm buying too.
conservative in some sense of
Because
the
exactly,
word, right?
yeah.
Yeah,
And also, like, even though there's so much stuff that's cool and like, oh man, I really want to buy that. There's a couple one
I
offs that I'll get,
know, I know.
but at a certain point, kind of like sometimes, especially like with long pre-orders, you order it and it comes, you're like, oh, I forgot I pre-ordered that. It's cool. Okay, I guess I'll put it over here. So I'm really also trying to change my mindset of like, what am I enjoying collecting? What do I really want to have?
Oh
And what are
yeah.
things that I can like say, hey, that's cool. I'd love to see that in person or see it in somebody else's collection, but I
Hmm.
don't, you know, it's hard
Yeah.
to do though.
I'm fortunate because Matt buys a lot of expensive stuff, and
And gives a lot of expensive stuff away
I
too.
buy random things, and J Shot collects the turtles.
Yep.
So they're a phone call away. I'm
Again,
like, hey,
another
I
reason
just made
to,
this diorama and these props. If you let me borrow that
yeah,
movie turtles, and I'll let you borrow the dio, and
that's
let's.
awesome.
It's great to
Another
have you
reason to do this in real life.
Yeah, seriously, and it's great because hey, what's up, Sir Dork?
What's
Hey,
up, John?
Fred. Hey, John. Hey, everybody. Yeah, I I fell out of love with Legends for a little while, and then Spider-Man came around and hit me on the chin.
Yep.
My biggest collection is the TV show I grew up with, Spider-Man and the X-Men.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
Yeah.
90s, the 90s X-Men.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude,
And this year went by so quick. And sorry for the upper inflection on it, but I'm so excited that they're continuing the animated series from where it left off, and it's right around the corner now.
I'm curious to see how that's gonna just how much of it they're gonna pull from. I mean, obviously, it's 97, right? I think.
They've got a lot of source material.
Yeah, so they're pulling it, and so they want it to feel like that. But I'm
Hmm.
curious how many like the similarities versus like differences, or like what they're gonna do to kind of just make that like build it on, like make it a little bit more rich and story, or
Right.
what are they gonna do
Yeah.
to kind of improve it? I don't know. Be
I mean,
interesting.
they can do a lot. They've got a good amount of source material, and the technology nowadays to produce the
Yeah.
show. I mean, we were flabbergasted when we thought the intro of the Iron Man cartoon was going to be the cartoon. Do you remember that intro with the 3D graphics? It was like
Yeah,
Windows 98 3D graphics, which was the most amazing thing at the time.
really was.
And well, we didn't get that, but then like other shows cartoon wise came out that were so impressive. Were you at all into the Transformers like Beast Wars and things like that?
Not so much that, but, like any cartoon, like Saturday morning cartoons,
Oh yeah.
any of that stuff that I didn't even really, um, like, wouldn't buy toys of, like, I still loved watching it, so,
Yeah, yeah.
it was really more so like there's so many obscure shows, and then I remember, like, seeing somebody would post, like, a random figure, like Cowboys of Moo Mesa, or, just Food Fighters or things like that, I'm like, "Oh, man, I had,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
10 of those." And you
No,
forget.
I know. I love seeing the random stuff, you
Yeah.
know. A good source of some impressive randomness on Instagram is Lago Figs from Toy Migos.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay-Z, what's up, Jordan? It's amazing. We had Beast Wars on VHS. I watched it over and over again. Yeah,
Yeah.
Sir Dork, man. I would do that too.
Yep.
Yeah, that
VHS,
is
man.
amazing.
Pretty fun.
Yeah. So let's slide right into it, man.
Yeah. I'm excited to be
Um
here. I appreciate you, like, reaching out and just saying, "Hey, you wanna be on the show?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course." This is
yeah,
awesome.
I've always had a good interaction with you, and I feel like, the mutual following that we have are full of great people, you know.
Absolutely, man.
So would you like to play a game?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Let's play a game. All right.
Going one
So
word. Yep.
going one word. Oh, that's all right. You did your homework. I forgot about
I'm gonna do my best. I get nervous with,
that.
these types of things, being put on the spot, so I'll do my best, and I'll try to be
Yes.
as entertaining as
Yes.
possible.
All right. Um, all right. So one word says it all, right?
Okay.
So I show you a photo. You just say one word that comes to mind, and then you can elaborate on
I'm
afterwards.
ready.
Sound
Let's
good?
do it. Alligators.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is
Alligators.
definitely a swamp.
Oh yeah. Do you know where?
It looks like, well, it could be,
It could
uh,
be. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, right, right. Maybe Louisiana?
Maybe.
Yeah.
And what's so significant about Louisiana?
That's I was born in Louisiana actually. And
There
it's
you go.
funny enough, I've only lived there for like 13 months. So I don't really even know too much about it. My grandparents, they lived there, so we would go visit them. But it wasn't near like swamps or bayous or anything like that. But so I still got a little flavor of it. We would like do crawfish boils and things like that, and so I got a flavor of Louisiana. But I honestly don't have too many ties. I spent most of my years growing up in Texas and here in
Mm.
Oklahoma. So yeah, but yeah, when I said alligators, is like that's one thing that swamps just remind me of. That's
Oh
growing up,
yeah.
that was like one of my favorite animals, um,
Yeah.
oddly enough. But
No,
yeah, that's what reminds me.
they're awesome. And not
I
many people
agree.
can tell the difference between the alligator and a crocodile. I can.
Yes, yeah.
It's the
The
snout.
alligator's got a
Yes, that's right.
broader kind of
Snout. I call it a
snout.
snout. Yeah. Or
Crocodiles generally
technically it's
have
a
like
jaw, but it is a snout in some
yeah,
sense.
and then you got crocodiles that are and they're different in color. Like alligators sometimes are a little bit more like on the
Yep.
blackish kind of side, maybe some yellow.
Yeah.
Crocodiles generally more kind of that tan color, and
Yeah.
their teeth kind of more bulbous where their
Mhm.
teeth meet the jaw.
Your what would you even call those guys? What classification? Are they reptiles? Because
Yeah,
reptiles don't really live in the water, do they?
yeah, they're reptiles.
All right.
And I
So
used to so since I'm a designer and I like as a kid like I was always drawing. And
okay.
for some reason, like I just enjoyed drawing like reptiles, frogs, alligators, things like that. I think just like the texture of like this either scales or like their skin. It was just
Yeah,
really
yeah,
interesting. Like,
definitely.
yeah. But I hate snakes. I, I hate them. I hate them.
Snakes on a plane. Goddamn these
Snakes
snakes
on
on
a
a plane.
plane. Yep. Yep.
All right. So next slide. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
One word.
Uh well, so I lived in West Islip for a semester.
Okay.
Um that's not one word.
Mhm.
Really. I would
Mm-mm.
say train.
Oh, nice, nice.
Be
So
because,
the reason why I brought this one up is because the three amigos that
yep,
are we're from New York,
that's
and this
right.
is the opposite island that everyone gets confused with where we're at.
Yep.
So,
You're in
um,
Staten, right? Staten Island?
yes, that's
Yep.
right. Yeah, wow.
Yeah,
Thank you for remembering that, man. That's
I
really
try.
wow. Okay,
I try.
look at that.
Yeah, so when I was, in college, it was really interesting. There's a place on Long Island, West Islip, called Universal Limited Art Editions, ULAE, and basically, I had a semester, like, in the fall, I took a semester there and would just go they had, like, actual printmaking artists would come in, do work in the studio, and then there was, like, professional printmakers who were part of the studio who would help the artists basically, create their whatever they kind of envisioned for their piece. So, as an intern, I did a lot of, crap jobs, but I actually got to help print some of the works that some of these visiting artists would do. So they might come stay for a week or two and then just work in the studio. So I got to meet some cool people. And also, what was awesome about it is some of those pieces that I worked on
Mhm.
were then I could see them at the Met or
Oh wow.
there was like a gala I went to at the Met and
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
on display there. It's pretty crazy. So
That is awesome.
yeah,
So, don't let him
wow.
fool you by the crappy artist thing. If you pick up a few Ninja Turtle boxes and read under there, you may see a name.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Was
This is
that a
disgusting that I
plug?
had this
I
right
don't
behind
know.
me.
Was it a plug? Yes, that's right. It's down there.
Yep.
All right. So one word, and try to keep your eyes
Oh, real
open.
quick, back to train. I would just say train
Yeah, yeah.
because since I worked there on Long Island, I would then take a train into the city, like in the
Uh-huh.
evenings or on the weekends, and just kind of hang out, meet up with friends, and all that stuff. So that's what it reminds me of. Good times.
That's beautiful. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah. Nope. Nope. That's it. I hate clowns,
Nope.
man.
No.
I hate
All
snakes. I
right.
hate
So,
clowns.
so interesting story, right? About Staten Island. For a while, for whatever reason, pre-COVID, 2017, 2018, I believe. Maybe my wife could nod. Um, there was a clown that stood at the exits on the highway holding balloons in the
Oh my
middle of the
god.
night. We saw him when we got off the exit one night at Tote Hill. Yeah. Nobody pay attention to where my exit is. You might receive a package from me. It'll have my return address. So all right. Moving on to something better.
All right.
It's probably the opposite of nope.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Um, juicy.
Hell to the yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you
Man,
like your
who doesn't
burger?
love a cheeseburger? I don't care where you're from. Cheeseburgers are good. Um, I love. I'm very adventurous with eating, and so I like trying different places. Kind of had a lot of the staples. In and out. Um, uh,
I have
I
yet
guess.
to have that.
Um, my mind totally just went blank. I've been working some crazy hours recently. Um, Not in and
So
out.
just in case you're joining us, we're talking about cheeseburgers.
Yeah, what's the other big place? It's always a debate between In-N-Out and
I
not steak.
I'm not on that coast, so
Oh my god.
our debates are Five Guys, Smash Burger,
Yeah,
Shake Shack.
Shake Shack. Yeah,
Oh, Whataburger says Steve.
yeah. Whataburger's
Is that
great.
it?
I So we have
Or
Whataburger
is that
here.
the
We
one you're
have
looking for, though?
um man, I like to grill, so it's fun to
Oh yeah.
grill my own
Oh,
burgers. But
Wahlburgers.
I've never
No,
been there. It sounds good, but I
we've
would
been
say
there
In-N-Out's
twice
always great when you're in California. Shake
once.
Shack. That's what I was trying to come up with, but I just couldn't at the time. Shake
Oh,
Shack, I
okay.
think, actually has maybe a little bit better burger. But I love the simplicity of In-N-Out, and I love that the menu is just like, all right, here's what it is. They can just knock out food pretty quick. But I think
Yeah.
when it really comes down to it, like side by side, Shake Shack is probably a little bit better. So
So I
if you
believe
hate mine,
813 is saying smile when you say cheeseburger.
yeah, dude, every time.
Right? How could you not say it without a smile?
I know, like salivating too. All right,
Oh yeah.
it's good stuff.
You don't got any fingers underneath you, right? You're good.
Yeah, right.
All right. So our next slide.
Yeah, vacation. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, I've had the great opportunity to be able to just travel to several different places in my lifetime so far, and this was just a really fun. I mean, Paris is beautiful. France, kind of that whole area is fun to explore. I was actually over for the 75th anniversary in Normandy. I was
Whoa,
there.
wow.
I was there during that kind of celebration, and also just remembrance, of course. That was pretty amazing. So there's just I could go on and on and on, but being able to just travel, not even overseas, but even just across states, and just kind of seeing how different cultures are, meeting new people,
Of
how things are
course,
done.
yeah.
Like there's something really exciting about that, and I think I think if more people were able to just see other people's communities and how they live, and just kind of immerse ourselves in other people's cultures, and I think the world would be a much better place.
Oh yeah.
So
Cultural diffusion,
yeah,
right?
yeah, it's fascinating
I
too. So
I remember hearing that word in junior high, probably sophomore year or something like
mhm.
that. And I was like, what does that mean? And that was probably the highest grade that I got in social studies at the time.
Nice.
I was happy to learn about the other cultures
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
absolutely.
And yeah, so are you ready for the next segment?
Yeah, this is fun.
All right. So this is strange questions.
Hmm.
All right. No answer is wrong. Every answer is right.
That's good.
Are you ready for a strange question?
I'm ready. Hit
I
me.
hope you are. Hit him, he says. Is it acceptable to eat while on the toilet?
I mean, if you're by yourself, I guess it's kind of acceptable to do whatever, but I highly I go against that. That is, to me, that's
Acceptable,
unacceptable.
but not hygienic.
Yeah. I mean, maybe as you're going into, take care of business and you're finishing a bite, like let that pass.
Yeah,
But
you only were able to finish your fries on the way home from In-N-Out Burger, and your burger is half bitten. You're parking. You gotta go. You gotta go.
yeah, you just got
So
to weigh your priorities, which is the most important at
yeah,
that moment in time.
I mean multitasking at its finest, right?
That's right. That's not the
All
kind of
right,
multitasking I do, but to each his own, I suppose.
right? Yeah. Okay, I haven't seen you drink your water once yet.
You know what's funny? I went and got it, and then I forgot it downstairs. That's all right.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna
No, it's
try
all
to
good.
not drink in front of you then.
I know,
All
man.
right. Our next strange question is it okay to be attracted to a cartoon character?
I mean, I think obviously there's different types of attraction. I mean, you could be talking
Right.
about just like, man, that's just a really cool personality. Obviously it's visually appealing. So yeah, I think
Stimulating,
so.
appealing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Um,
I'll go as far as saying when watching X-Men, going back to that, when Rogue, it's become a viral meme when Rogue was on the floor
yeah,
because of Apocalypse attack, I started noticing Rogue a lot more.
yeah, yeah. I think those artists had a lot of fun with some of those characters too.
Oh wow, I remember that movie. Does anybody remember this movie? Cool World?
Oh, Brad Pitt, I think. Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Good one. Gate 13, bringing it back.
I mean, kind of like
Yeah.
Jessica Rabbit too, right? From
Who couldn't?
who
Who couldn't, man?
yeah, who framed Roger Rabbit.
She was like, I think that was just someone showing off their talent. Like, all right, you didn't hire me. Well, I'm going to work for these people and I'm going to do it for free, but watch what happens.
I mean, it's pretty amazing if you think about it, how not even just like that, but just how with animated characters in particular, how
Hmm.
you can take something that's drawn on paper or digitally, and then
Yeah.
you voice the character and you just bring this character to life. It's
It's
pretty
so,
amazing.
yeah, it is. It's the creation of a world in a sense is just so dramatic at some point in time
Yeah.
because
I don't know
after
if it's me
everything is
or if
all said and
did
done
I
and
cut
you
out?
sit, huh? No, you're good.
Uh-oh.
You're good.
What's going on?
Hmm. The animation and live action is very successful. Um, I'm not having any trouble seeing you. Are you having trouble hearing me? Any you're having issues, Hope? Okay. We may have lost Jay for a second here. Okay, so we're going to send another invite to Jason, work more or less. Yeah, we're getting him back in here. No worries. So, how's everybody enjoying the show so far? What's happening in the comment section? John's here. Everybody's still in here. Put me on the couch. Okay. Give it a minute, John. See what's happening. Technical difficulties. I know. Oh no. But you know what? That's actually happened with Toy Migos earlier on this week, and someone else. I can't remember who. Someone dropped out, and I'm not sure why. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. We're having thank you, Jay-Z Jordan. Um First time viewing, love the game segment. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. AVP Toys. Awesome. So I'm not sure. We're gonna figure out what's going on. Messaging with Jason right now. I'm pretty sure he could just come right back in. You know, we've got a couple more segments, so that's all good and fine. Jason's trying right now. We're communicating on Instagram. Um, so we're gonna just hold our hold it up for a second. Yeah, the internet is unpredictable, Gate 13. That is for sure. But we're yeah. Cholo, I didn't know you were in here. What's going on, man? That was yesterday? Jeez, I felt like that was almost a week ago, man. But so what's everybody think about this redo of or variants as some people are calling it? Mezco did a drop today out of nowhere. And it was Hawk P40. Let's see. And I didn't get it. And it's weird, but I'm gonna check my phone right now because I don't know, but he's still for sale. And we are back. There we go.
It's so Bush League.
Bush League.
Oh
Bush
my
League.
gosh, that drives me crazy. I'm sorry about that.
What happened?
I have no idea. I just completely all my internet just dropped everywhere. So
Told you you'd break the internet.
Literally.
Didn't believe me. I said it earlier.
That's so stupid. Sorry
It's
about that. That's a little embarrassing. So
nah, it's
okay.
It's unpredictable, as Gate 13 said.
Does that work?
I don't think we could go landscape.
Can't. Oh man. The production inside of me, like I do a lot of production and post-production stuff, is just like this is killing me, man. So anyway, all right, let's continue.
No worries.
Let's continue.
Let's keep going.
Let's
all
do
right.
it.
So Jay Shot's in here. He's on the bench right now. We're gonna get into the deep dive. This is where we take a look at your profile, and my finger starts to burn after a while because we go far.
Shot a few things in my day. Yeah.
Yes. So you ready to dive?
Yeah, let's do it.
So we're going to show you a photo you may or may not remember, and then
I should
tell
remember
the story behind that photo.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Oh man, that's interesting. You chose that. So this was when
Illustrator. I mean, I can't do the whole resume, but you know.
Yeah. When I was trying to start my computer. So when Last Jedi came out, they had like some just portraits of the different characters and stuff, like teases, and I thought, you know what, I might as well. It's been a while since I've actually drawn anything, so I just tried to do some drawings of each of the characters, at least the main characters. Now I'm like, man, that is wonky. His face is not right. I love drawing. It's fun to do it. So like, yeah, this will be a good reason just to do something by hand with pencil. Don't spend a whole lot of time on it, and just share it so then people can see that I don't just do toy photos and stuff like that. So it's fun.
No doubt about it. So it's a great story, and your inspiration behind it was to get back into drawing.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's just because since I do so much on the computer, um, it's easy to just do kind of graphic type stuff on the computer, and it's easy to not have like any kind of energy to actually work like traditionally. And so I was like, yeah, this would be a good opportunity to do so. So yeah, that's what those were for.
So I'm gonna do something that I never do.
Okay.
I'm gonna bring on a co-host.
Yes, you bring on John.
What's up, Jay-Shot?
I literally, like you guys said, we were joking about it the other day that I was just always going to be the standby. So when
yeah,
I ran downstairs, I set my laptop up. I was like, I'm ready. Put me in.
Co-host Jay-Shot.
I may or may not have done that on purpose.
Yeah. Let's go.
Matt, I'm going to need to see your phone, Matt.
Jason, thank you. The check's in the mail.
Yes.
Oh, and look, now it goes down. So
right on time. I don't know.
It.
It's like every half hour or something like that. Every 15 minutes it does that. All right, let's get back down into the deep dive. And Jay-Shot, you are encouraged to ask a question to
I'll chime in as needed.
Jason. Posted February 2016, the very first photo on your Instagram account.
I'm sorry you had to go that far, because anytime I have to like go find an old photo, I'm just like, oh my gosh, so many. Yeah, this is the first photo that I took, and to kind of quickly give you a sense of why, I suppose. At this time, I saw people posting toy photography, mostly like Star Wars: The Black Series featured stuff, which is obviously, if you go back, you can see a lot of my work is Star Wars: The Black Series. And that was kind of when they started releasing those figures, and they were, as 6-inch figures, like highly.
Oh no.
Oof.
Oh no.
Here you go. He's back.
What is going on? This is driving me crazy.
It was highly.
I hope you're not on that Spectrum internet.
No, it's Cox. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah, so this is the first photo I took. It was Black Series were coming out, and I wanted to learn, because I've been in production. So John and I, we kind of do a lot of the same types of things. I've been in production most of my career, but never, it was mostly on like the post side, like doing graphics after video was shot, after principal photography, etc., or just photo shoots. And so what I would do is I was like, okay, I want to learn how to do photography. I understand it, been around it. And so got this figure, and I was like, man, let's see what I can do. I think I can take some cool shots. And then that was kind of first shot that I took. And then also I'm like, man, it would be really great, instead of doing like green screen or something like that in Photoshop, just put a screen behind it and then take a photo and see if it works.
Yeah.
And that worked. And it was like, man, this kind of makes shooting easier, and not feeling like you have to have a diorama for every shot you want to take. And you can quickly move things around, manipulate it. So that's how I discovered Digirama, and it works for me. And it's a lot of fun. So
I just want to clarify something.
Awesome.
Jason said we're in the same field. We don't do the same thing. Jason is super, super talented, and I'm the guy that goes out and finds the guys who are talented to bring them in and pay them. Like, that's really different. I don't have any talent compared to anybody else. But I also love that is your shot. That was like your first attempt at toy photography.
Yeah.
Like, damn it, dude. Damn it.
I had a lot of people before me, like just my peers, who I asked a lot of questions about. I at that point, I'm very proficient in Photoshop, and so I understand compositing, understand what you got to do to make photo work. And so I was fortunate enough to have a lot of people around me who knew what they were doing and can give me a lot of pointers. So that was helpful.
That is awesome, man. So we've got another slide here from the deep dive.
Oh
Posted
yeah,
July 2018 with someone who's been on 30 and
previous
Go as
guest.
well.
Yeah,
Your predecessor,
yeah. Steve is amazing.
Mr. Steve. Yeah.
This was an awesome SDCC because I was able to meet up with the C3P bros, Spencer and Zay. So Black Series is Zay on the left, Spencer Swit Picks on the right, myself. And at that point, Steve was on Star Wars, and we were loving it. He was interacting a lot, and so to be able to meet him in person and talk to him and pick his brain, it was a blast. That was a very memorable Comic-Con. So that was fun.
Now, just from this picture, I can tell you're about 5'10", closer to 6, right?
I'm like 6 feet. These guys look like they're towering over me, and I guess they are.
Well, it was one of the reasons why I don't have a picture with Steve is because, I could be holding his hand and he could look like he's taking me to school.
Yep, exactly. Now his hair is not so short. So
I have to show
both.
this. I have to show this to him and ask him. Remember the days of a haircut? I've had the pleasure of meeting Steve.
He's amazing.
Very cool guy. I always go by if we can laugh together, then we're good. And
Absolutely.
So we had a quick chat, and I forget what I said to him totally, but I ended up saying, sorry, there's some brown on my nose. I'll be right back.
That's funny.
So he got a really good hearty laugh out of that, and I was happy. And ever since then, we've been chatting.
I like
Jason's
wearing his own shirt in that.
We all were.
You wearing? Wearing your own shirts? Yeah. Nice.
Because I mean, what it mainly is kind of like narcissistic, but what it also does is it helps people, like, for us to be able to meet up with each other. It's easier to recognize people by their handles.
So I started out as being a jerk, but that was actually pretty smart. And actually, what we did was when we had when Matt and I would go to the toy shows, I actually had J-Shot on my mask during the pandemic.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
That is smart.
So,
but I remember at that time, I didn't really go live much. I mean, I did like kind of last year or year before, whenever that was. So I didn't know if anybody would actually recognize me. And so we were just talking like, well, let's just do shirts, and then it'll be easy for people to find us. And also I put together like a meetup with a bunch of toy photographers. Actually the 3 years we did it, had like dinner meetup with people. And so it just made it a little easier. But that was fun. That was fun.
Now's your opportunity though to drop the merch link.
I don't have anything to sell right now. You got to make it first to drop it.
Right now. Yeah.
Right now.
Exactly.
So we got another slide from the deep dive. And this is something I found really interesting because it was definitely different than the full body of work that you have on your account.
Okay.
Posted July 2016. This is so different than everything. Obviously I went from 2016 to 2022. So I've seen. Tell us about this.
So this is actually golly, man, this feels so long ago. It was an app where there was a filter that would make your images look kind of painterly, like in this style. And it was pretty convincing, obviously. So this is I just ran it through that app in a filter. But that's a toy photo that I did. It's probably one of the, probably the fourth or fifth setups, maybe the third setup I did of a C3PO and Vader and Stormtroopers. And so I just ran that photo through it, and I was like, man, this looks pretty cool. This is pretty legit. I like the colors and all that stuff. So
definitely different than everything. And I seen it, and I was pretty impressed by it. And I didn't know how you did it. And you obviously answered that already.
Yeah, I can't take full credit for that because that looks cool.
It looks great. It looks great. It really does. So we're going on to the next segment. Are you ready for the next segment?
Always.
The next segment is all about your action heroes.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us who some of these guys are?
Okay. Yeah, Bruce Wayne. So Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne / the Batman. I love this movie, and there's just something about it. I mean, it's hard to compare because they're all different kind of iterations. Keaton was amazing, right? Like that
different stage. I'd like to think of it as different stages of Batman.
Absolutely. I love 66 Batman, the Adam West.
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, I did not fall asleep during this movie.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was riveted.
I definitely think you did for a little bit, but that's okay. It was a long movie. It was a really long movie.
Had a cheeseburger beforehand. Just got
not for nothing. I just rewatched this movie the other night. I feel like not only did it hold up, it might have actually been better.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah.
It was pretty exhaustive the first time, but I was so interested and I knew kind of what to expect in terms of just all right, this is going to be a slow burn, but it's not a perfect movie by any means, and none of them are, I don't think. But I love the Dark Knight trilogy. Christopher Nolan's amazing, but I think in terms of Batman, I like how Pattinson treated Batman, maybe more so than Bale, but it's all pretty tight. Like I said, it depends on which Batman you're in the mood for, whatever day it is. So
it definitely felt more like a growth for Batman, and as much as I don't want to call it a reboot, it felt like a refreshing way about Batman.
Yeah, just a cool interpretation, I think. Yeah.
All right, we got one more guy. We got a few more guys here.
All right. Michael Bluth.
Yep, Michael Bluth.
Arrested Development is like one of the funniest shows, and it's been a while. I need to revisit it, but it's just such a funny. It's witty, and I love the dry humor. Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, like it's just a great cast. And I guess the other thing is it's one of those where it's so quotable that I almost think there's a lot of movies and shows. There's like the quotes become better over time and they last longer than the actual shows themselves. So
favorite Arrested Development quote?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. Let me think about that.
So it's budget season for us at work. So there is not a call. A call does not go by where I don't go. It's always money in the banana stand.
Always money in the banana stand.
Nice.
There was one where Job, he got his tooth chipped off, and so every time he was saying a word with an S, he would like whistle. So it'd be like, and so that whole episode's hilarious because he's like saying words like, "I'm just gonna circumvent you." But he's whistling every single time, like it's cracking up. So stupid, but it's funny. So great show.
All right, next guy.
Who is this? Man, Boba Fett. Yeah, Boba Fett. That's right. Mando. Who doesn't love Mando?
Mando.
I think he's kind of really helped save the franchise a little bit.
Oh yeah. Definitely breathed new life into it. Like
that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, I wasn't a huge Star Wars fan, but I have a cousin who swears by it, and every other quote is a Star Wars quote. Every other, like he's sunk me into it so much that now I know the lore and stuff like that. Unfortunately, with just time and IRL, it's like I would love to sit there and binge, but every time I do that, I'm kind of like, am I supposed to be doing something for someone right now?
Yeah.
But yeah, amazing show. You a fan, Jay?
It's great.
Yeah, I'm definitely a fan, and I would say this: if there's something else you should be doing, it should be watching the Clone Wars, the cartoon series. That's what you should be doing. But once you do that, then you're good.
Yeah,
there we go.
There's so much stuff built, like new materials and new characters, not new, but coming to live action that there's so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Coming on to the next.
Iron Man.
The man.
I
I
love you
so want to do
3000.
my facial hair like that. What is there not to say about how great this guy is, right?
Yeah, I love just the development of the characters
Yeah.
over the 10 years or however long it was.
Seriously. Before twerking, there was Iron Man.
There was twerking in Iron Man too.
In Iron Man, yeah. Yeah.
Well, okay. All right. So let's move past that. All right.
Ooh.
The Zizou.
Yes. Great
I'm a
movie
huge,
too, by the way.
yes,
Oh my God.
I'm a huge Wes Anderson fan, and this one was probably the film that really kind of hooked me, because there was like Bottle Rocket before.
Right on.
There was Bottle Rocket and Rushmore, and this one just was great. It felt like at this point in time, Wes Anderson really found his voice from a visual. Like this one's just really bright and vivid and colorful, and you kind of starting. I watched Bottle Rocket as one of his first films, and watching it, and it's like, man, he doesn't really feel like, it feels like Wes Anderson in terms of like writing, but not from a visual standpoint. He's very like symmetrical in his framing. Loves pops of color. Obviously, loves like the kind of the retro kind of objects, and more analog, I would say.
Oh yeah, look at the background and look at the tech in the movie.
Yeah,
you know, it almost feels like it's like current, but not. You know,
exactly.
It's like, wait, what's going on here?
Yeah, this one's great, and then obviously the fantastic Mr. Fox, being the first stop motion film that he created, but it's got his character all over it, obviously
stamp on it, right?
That stamp. It's a beautiful film. So I love Wes Anderson. Yeah.
So let's get some questions about these guys.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Ready.
All right. So, out of these songs, would Steve Zissou have as his theme song Sparks from Coldplay or New Light by John Mayer?
Definitely Sparks. He's so definitely an old lonely soul, I would say. He's always trying but always failing, you know.
And those who don't have this on their playlist, go and check it out. They're actually pretty good.
Yeah.
In the questionnaire that I send out to everybody who's been on 30&Go, I'm always finding out something new and interesting, and this is part of it. So
yeah,
from me to from Jason to me to you.
There you go.
All right, next question. Would you bring Tony back, and why?
No.
Yes,
I don't think you need. We've kind of, I think we've exhausted a lot of the original characters, so it would be cool in a sense, but you know, then it's kind of like, well, there was a huge sacrifice on his part, a lot of growth, and you've kind of got the whole arc of his character and his purpose. So I think that would be kind of silly to bring him back, unless it fit back in the timeline. You're going backwards or something, or I guess you could do an alternate, but might as well just get a different actor or something to play a
I know.
Tony.
I don't know. I think, in my opinion, I agree with you, and it would cheapen it.
Yeah.
You know, what about you, Jay Shot?
No, I agree, and I feel the same way too about, you know, Chris Evans coming back as Steve Rogers. I mean, the only thing I would say is, I mean, and people have asked for it, right? Like, if to do a series or something about him returning the Stones, that would be cool. Like
that would be great. That would be actually really good. Really.
But outside of that, nah, man, those are fun, and they're perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go on. This is a tough one. This is the O snap. All right.
Yep. Who's going?
You're gonna have to snap one of these guys out of existence to save the multiverse. Who you snapping out of existence?
To save the multiverse. So I think I think you got to get rid of either Batman. Are you guys still there? Did I lose you? For the sake of me possibly still being around, I would say probably Batman. Let's see.
We got snapped out of his existence for a certain time there. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, just I put us out that way. Jason can answer. But Jason, are you there?
I think we lost Jason now.
No, he's
Oh,
okay.
no.
There we go. There we
Okay.
go.
Which
Don't
you can't
worry.
have
Every
him
time it
talk.
happens, you come back more handsome. So we're snapping Batman out of existence, huh? And everybody else is safe.
I think it's an interesting choice for him to snap. He's muted. Go. I think it's an interesting choice to snap Batman out of existence, right? Because I mean, you'd think with enough prep time, Batman could save any situation. So,
Yeah, that's true.
Right, Jason, you are muted. Just FYI, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I'm trying to unmute it from my end, but it's not working.
There you go. Well,
there we go.
There you go.
Not connected. Okay.
Everything is falling apart.
All right.
I think out of the 4 people, I should be snapped, and these 3 should survive.
Take me instead.
I mean, that's basically what just happened. This is really
no, right during this question.
Okay, so I would have to probably say Batman.
Okay.
Or, yeah, I'll say Batman.
We're going
because
with Batman.
Jason Bateman is not really going to do much, but he's at least going to make things entertaining.
Uh-huh.
And at least we'll have some moments where we can actually laugh together. If we just have Mando and Bruce, then it's going to be super depressing. So
a lot of brooding. A lot of brooding.
It's gonna. Yeah, I was just gonna say that it's gonna be a very brooding, bruteful world.
Yep.
All right, so we're going on to the next segment. Are you ready for the next segment?
I am.
I know I'm not. Oh,
we're getting into the ladies.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Why don't you tell us about these gals?
Yeah. Fennec Shand, Ming-Na Wen. It's funny because Boba Fett was not, the book of Boba Fett, I should say, was not my favorite show.
Go. I think you got to stop dropping us out. You're scaring Jason.
I don't know.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, I think you're scaring Jason. That he's dropping. So.
All right. We'll keep it. We'll keep it like this for now.
Okay.
Don't worry about it. When I drop us out, it's just so you can have the floor.
Yeah. Well, then your video goes away, like and then I see like circles and black screen. So I assume
that's their fault. Okay.
Yeah. So.
All right. So it's never happened before, but all right.
Yeah. Well, it's always first. So I think from Book of Boba Fett, Fennec Shand was probably the most. She was the best character because she was the one that actually got stuff done. So she's a badass. That's all I can say.
Right on. Yeah.
Yeah.
She looks like a badass. I never knew about this person, and I had to do some research, and I was like, wow, she's beautiful and she can kick ass.
Yeah.
Big fan of her. Big fan of her on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
The way that she played off of Coulson. That's awesome. The highlights of that show.
Yeah.
All right. So up next, who do we got?
This is Jessica from New Girl.
Yeah.
Good show.
Good show.
Great show.
It's so good. So funny. I think again, it goes back to I love to laugh. So I love these shows where you've got these characters that are able to laugh themselves in the situations they're in. And Jessica Day is just, I don't know. It's hard to not love her because she's genuine. She cares about people, but she's also it's just hilarious. And the show is, again, another show that just the writing is perfect. So this is one you could watch over and over again.
Yeah. I think she has like these reserved moments that make your jaw just go like,
yeah, absolutely.
Pretty funny.
Absolutely.
And up next, we've got.
Yeah. Stardust. Jen Erso. I also liked Rogue One is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Oh.
And yeah. So what I love about it is just kind of like the human spirit in the story.
Yep.
And I liked that she was a hero, kind of not unwilling, but she realized her purpose and was able to kind of step up and make things happen. And the other thing I like is that obviously she's beautiful, but they didn't try to make like a romantic thing between she and Cassian Andor. So I just appreciate that for the film as well. But yeah, Jen's just awesome. She did the scene where she is seeing, for everybody who knows Rogue One, where she's seeing a message, like a hologram message from her father, was really, really powerful. And her emotion, like in how she acted in that scene, was beautiful. It's one of my favorite scenes, actually.
I'll agree with you, Jason. This is number 2 Star Wars movie for me, no question about it.
Yeah.
And I actually would say that because of this movie, Andor is probably my most anticipated Star Wars show.
Exactly.
I love the boots on the ground stuff, right? Like what the everyday person was going through. We got looped into some Skywalker family drama that we could have done without. But this is the stuff you want to see, and I'm really hyped for this. And it's funny because Matthew and I were just talking about this today.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I love this movie.
It's
and
so
AVP Toys, the Cavalry, good throwback.
Yep. Love it.
Beautiful.
Yeah, she's
All right,
awesome.
What do we got next?
Moana. So
Moana.
The question you had was like, who are like women in animated or TV movie, TVs or movies that I admired. In Moana, again, she is probably, I would say, the best Disney princess that's ever been written, because again, it's not about it's not like the classic, like, oh, she needs to find her true love.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just becoming who she's meant to be.
Yeah.
And she just has drive and is just a powerful young woman. And the movie, again, is great. And the animation's beautiful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
The writing is awesome. So
some amazing sequences in that movie.
Yeah. Great music, too. Man, good stuff.
All right. So we got some questions about the ladies. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Make a tag team with any of these 2 ladies and give them their tag team name.
Oh, man. John, I may have to help you. You may have to help me with this one.
So you're calling on a tag team partner.
I might.
First time ever on 30&Go, a lifeline.
R2D2. Yep. Man. I mean, you kind of. It would be funny to see Fennec Shand and Jessica Day together. Yeah. Because they're so polar opposites.
Yeah.
There you go. But that's, what they say, opposites attract, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what would their tag team name be?
The
Rogue Ones?
No, I'm trying to think of a good Schmidtism for right now.
Yeah.
Schmish name.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like an elementary teacher, and oh gosh, it's so hard. Being put on the spot with stuff like this is very.
I love it.
I hate it.
She wait. So she was an elementary teacher.
Yep.
And Fennec was the cavalry or the bus, right? So why don't we call them school bus?
Perfect.
Jay shot.
I provide value.
Oh man.
That's creativity.
Yeah, take a bow on that one, man.
Where's my applause? Hit the applause button. Hit the button.
All right. Next question. Who would be the roughest boss out of these people?
Oh, Fennec Shand for sure.
I figured you'd say that.
Yeah. She's the only one that really has it together. Like, she knows her purpose, and she's got experience in age.
Yeah. Plus, probably put you in a good headlock if you don't get your work done,
or just kill you. Yeah,
before you. But yeah, the word terminated does not mean you get your walking papers. Hey,
exactly. Yeah.
Gin and Fennec sound like a drink, though. That's true.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Nice.
Yeah,
it's a good call.
Dude,
that could be what they order at the cantina.
Could be.
That's a good one. Man, that's great.
All right. From your tag team. You remember who your tag team is? The school bus?
The
School bus.
Right? Pick one of these songs to be their theme song. So they're coming out. They want the championship belts, brother. You know?
Yeah.
What's their theme song?
The Matt Carney and RAC, Better Than I Used to Be. I think that would be a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Even
because
the title.
they really would. They feed off each other, right? And so, like you're saying, opposites attract.
Yeah, of course.
Build on one another, and they can kind of learn from each other as well. So, yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
It's a symbiotic relationship in some
It
senses,
is.
right?
It is. Yeah.
All right, so it's time for the animated heroes.
Yeah, this is fun part.
Are you ready for your animated heroes? Tell us who these guys are.
Iron Giant.
And this is actually a pretty good photo that I found, on the internet of the Iron Giant. It's a good photo. Those of you who don't know, you could check people I follow and go check this out. It's on their profile.
Yeah.
No, great job. I encourage everybody to go to see behind the scenes of this too.
Thanks.
Who do we got here?
Scroll ways. Mikey. He's my favorite.
Michelangelo.
Yep.
And you are entering very close to Jay Shot's lane. So please.
I know.
I'm still here.
This is what Jason and I like bonded over. Like this is
right.
Is
there you go. All right,
yeah.
Good. I'm not causing any internet beef.
No internet beef here. No internet beef.
Who do we got?
Yeah, this is Gromit from Wallace and Gromit.
Yes, I'm very cool of you.
He's so good.
Up next.
And fantastic Mr. Fox. Mr. Fox.
Right? Speaking of going full circle over here.
Got it. You got it.
All right. So we got some questions here. What would you change about the Iron Giant?
He's perfect as he is. I don't think he doesn't need to be changed. No.
Would you change anything in the movie?
Maybe if he was a little bit smaller, it wouldn't be Iron anymore, but he might be able to do more things at a smaller scale. But I don't know. That's maybe if he good question. What about you, John? What do you think?
The only thing I would change is to, I don't know, and this is one of those controversial things, right? But you give him another movie.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Give him a family. Move him to Mars. Have them cultivate Mars for us.
There you go. Yeah, I don't really think I would really need to change anything. He was pretty cool as he was. He did. He would go, crazy and whatever you like Terminator mode. So maybe you could like change that so it wouldn't be so crazy.
Give him the 3 laws of robotics.
Go gets like that though every once in a while, and we don't want to change that about him. So
that's true.
Look, the pizza was under no.
Poor waitress, she'll never walk again.
Matt got the last one, and that was not cool because I saw it first. All right. Okay, so if you would bring any character from anywhere into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle universe, who would it be? You give them a sidekick. You could give them a villain. You could give them a friend that just hangs around. You could give them a photographer.
Any character.
You could give them a J shot. Take a J shot.
Everyone needs a J shot.
Any character in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I'd let John go.
Oh, you're like, you want me to go first? I don't know. Well, we were talking about this on the catch up the other day, right? About mixing X-Men and So, there's a part of me that thinks, bringing somebody like a Beast or somebody into the TMNT world, but
with Donatello, yep.
Yeah.
I remember that. That's actually Cindy brought that up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Any character, man, that's a tough question. I kind of have to look around and see what I got. I mean, it'd be
You're
awesome.
only going to get influenced by the turtles surrounding you.
I know, it's just turtles. If you had Grogu like show up, he'd
Oh my
probably
God.
have
Oh, they might
shenanigans.
get on the menu.
Yeah. That'd be kind of funny.
Yes.
Well, 'cause you've had Batman as crossed over, right? So
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Dave
You know,
Chapman's
yeah.
Spider-Man.
Batman has crossed over. Spider-Man, yeah. That's a good pick as well. Oh God. Matt, of course, Matt.
Yeah, but
Super
wait, but
Mario.
Super Mario.
it's got to be what you call it, Super Mario. It's got to be like why can't I ever think of his name right now? The wrestler who played Super Mario in the early '90s.
Oh, Captain Lou Albano.
Captain Lou Albano, Super Mario. It's completely out of context.
Honestly, completely out of context. Mario Lopez. All right, next question. You still with us?
I'm here.
All right.
Hanging on, apparently.
Would you give Gromit the ability to speak?
I think there's something about him not being able to speak that makes him that much more enjoyable as a character.
Oh yeah.
Because
yeah.
it's just his little beady eyes. Like, you know exactly what he's thinking.
Right? Isn't that amazing how they animate that? Yeah. If you're just tuning in, we were talking earlier about how bringing a animated character to life is just so unbelievable. Now, what we were talking about was these characters have human-like features, but what happens when the character is actually not saying anything and conveying everything through body language? That's Gromit, and it's astounding. Because for me personally, I get the feels, and I'm glad you brought this character into 30&Go. I appreciate it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least somebody's staying in this show.
So you wouldn't give him the ability to speak.
Nah, I'd leave him as
you would he'd probably ask you for food anyway all day long. That's the problem with pets.
Well, the great thing is he'd be able to do it himself.
True. I mean, yeah, he's cooking bacon and eggs and steak and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love when he like hops around all happy. He's an awesome dog. Jay Shot, you know about our boy over here, Gromit?
Oh, of course I do. Of course I do. So I was just gonna say there's a great follow-up question. If you could make a Rube Goldberg machine to do anything for you, what would it be?
Beautiful question. Beautiful question.
Ooh. Interesting. Actually, like start the grill.
Start the grill.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Make it so that it pushes the shutter button on the camera. That's how you got to do it. Time, right? You got to roll the thing.
Oh wow,
yeah. That'd be pretty fun. Like have everything set up, and yeah, it would take like 5 times longer to set up a shot than it already does.
Like
3 weeks. Yeah.
I'd regrow hair by the time that thing actually hits
the shutter. It'd make a hell of a reel, though. Oh,
it would. Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Get Matt Chutoy to capture with his what do they call that? Gibble? The gibble?
His jabroni. Yeah.
His jabroni.
Yeah. Matthew says make a Rube Goldberg machine to clean up his toys.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Then you have to have something to clean up the machine too.
Oh, I know,
it's
right?
Never ending cycle.
It's just a never ending cycle. All right. What trait, if any, do you share with Mr. Fox?
I don't know if he overthinks things.
Beautiful Hollywood woman.
I think it's more like with his character, I would say I overthink things and overcomplicate things sometimes.
Really?
Yeah. And I think he probably does. He doesn't want to, tell himself that. He wants to let everybody know that he's got it all figured out.
Okay.
That it just comes easy. But I think he really struggles with that as well. So I could be wrong.
I mean, I feel like you were explaining who I am just now. Yeah,
it's hard not to overthink things as a designer, like just a creative mind type. I mean, you guys probably feel the same way. It's hard.
So speaking of overthinking, we haven't really discussed your photography much. Do you are you happy with your first shot, or do you kind of go into that?
Yeah, I think like all of us, especially as artists, we go back and look at our old work and sometimes it can be cringy. Sometimes you can be like, oh man, that's not that great. But for me, I look at Instagram, like posting work, as almost like a journal, like going back and seeing where you started, and you can kind of see these milestones of like where you learned how to master something or bring in a new tool, and see
absolutely.
how that changes your work over time.
It
and
does.
So to me, I think it's okay. I mean, it's still hard for me. Like if I've got a sketchbook, it's hard for me to like start that first page, because for a while there, it's like everything in the sketchbook needs to be perfect. It's like that's the absolute opposite of what it's used, like the purpose for it. So over time, I've kind of learned like it doesn't matter at that point. It's like it's better to have those bad ideas. It's better to have growth over time and be able to look back and see where you started.
Yeah, definitely, man. You go through those books on occasion, and you really sometimes you get reinvigorated in some sense, you know. But Fred would like to know: do you steal chickens?
I steal chickens. What's up, Fred? No, I don't. I'm not really big on stealing so much, but I guess if that's what I had to do, then I'd probably come up with a clever way to do it. So I'd be kind of sneaky as well. Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next slide. Out of all these characters, which are you most like? And I kind of feel like you answered it already.
Yeah, I mean, probably I would actually say either Gromit or Fantastic Mr. Fox. I think Mr. Fox is kind of full of himself. I don't feel like that's me. Like I'm proud of the work that I do and accomplishments and things, but I feel like I'm probably more like Gromit, because he's doing things a lot of the times behind the scenes and making sure people are safe, things are done right, and all the little details that some people are overlooking, he takes care of those. Sometimes I feel like more like that than I would Mr. Fox. So let's go with Gromit. That's kind of a unexpected.
Gromit is a lovable puppy, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to look on Amazon for a plush of Gromit.
I just bought in like 2006, I think, or 12, one of the two. They made the Curse of the Were-Rabbit was the film that came out, and Funko made some little characters, and I just went back and bought a few of those. I haven't done anything with them yet, but they're really cool. So I've got a Gromit. I need to shoot him.
Definitely.
So if you could go back and just kind of going back a little bit. Sorry, I'm going to take over this for a second. If you go back to when you were talking about like what you like to learn and redo stuff, would you go back and redo that Darth Maul shot that we talked about, that we showed earlier, one of your first shots?
Great question.
Probably not.
No.
And because, again, just learning over time, I feel like I've kind of done those types of shots where it's just mostly just like portraits and then a background.
Yeah.
So I like the challenge of building like either a bigger diorama or bringing in a digirama with physical props and cool dios and interesting character, like not just a character standing, but some kind of building a little bit more of a story into it. So I just find more fulfillment in that. But I mean, you know, last year, Ivuatu did like the 6 portraits. And that was really fun, just to choose 6 different characters and then just shoot portraits of them, like just intentionally just portraits. And so I would, for in that case, like I guess I wouldn't say no, I wouldn't reshoot it. But if I'm going to spend the time, I would probably do something that's maybe a little different.
Something like this. Something like that. Yeah.
Is that a new pickup?
It is actually an old pickup that goes along very nicely with my 1-of-1 limited edition signed Jason Yang card. Yeah. So, by the way, you will know this, and not many people listening, but this still sits in our Mr. Fox's office.
In Fox's?
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it.
Wow.
Yeah, those little gifts
really
when
cool.
we got to work together. I left those little prints for my friends. So
that is awesome, man. That is really awesome.
Yeah.
Actually, I remember John talking to me about this. John, I think you might have asked me if I was free, and I said I don't get on planes.
Yeah, so. you said you can't travel because you were having some kind of warrant thing, so I didn't want to push it. But yeah, you know, next time.
In confidence, but whatever.
Well, I figured it was cleared up by now.
plead the fifth or the third or whatever it
To
is.
tell you guys are good friends.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of time.
A little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I'll leave it at
Nice.
that. But that was 30&Go, man.
Nice. Well, sorry I made it a little bit longer than
That
30
was
and go due to my
No.
crappy connection. But
Back when we were on Instagram, it was 30 minutes because not a lot of people knew that
Yeah.
you could only do an hour, and they were
yeah,
getting
yeah.
cut off from Instagram.
Mhm.
Like, oh, I can't believe they did this to me. Oh, they're shadow banning me. No,
Right.
they're not shadow banning you. You don't know the rules.
Gotta
And
do
now I
research.
think you can go up to like 5 or 6 hours. Like it's an unlimited stream now.
That's crazy.
But
Yeah,
so now it's more of 30 questions.
I like that. Yeah. There was a couple times when I went live and it was over an hour, but then something happened and it didn't actually save. So then it's like, oh, that whole hour, it's just gone. So that was annoying.
See, 60&Go
Technology.
works, but it's also confusing because it could be go and go.
Yeah.
I see that.
Yeah,
Look
it
at
does look like that.
Oh,
Make
actually,
an easy logo though.
here you go though. Here you go. Here
Right?
go. You should do a 60&Go, as in 60 seconds, to promote the 30&Go.
Ooh,
That's actually brilliant.
Yeah, I
that's
know.
brilliant.
You
See?
wrote that down,
He's
right?
like, I'm not creative. Whatever.
Yeah, right.
You had better answers than I did for my own questions.
Let
Hey
me
man,
tell
I
you
was
something.
just happy to join and step in.
Co-host.
I'm
first
glad you
time
did.
Ever.
So,
Big
I'll take
time.
it.
We always have this thing. We could start it today.
Like there's Blake. I'm Jay Shucking on this.
Right?
I bribed
deep
Blake.
fake. Co-host,
I
man.
bribed the
Co-host.
He earned it. He earned it.
I've been drinking like a gallon of water a day, so I needed somebody to help fill in.
That's fine. That's how I ended up on.
That's why.
That's how I ended up on Toying Around stream. Matt had to use the bathroom, so I stepped in for him. So I'm just.
That was a great stream.
I'll never be a headliner, guys, and I'm okay with that. I'll always just, I'll just be here.
No.
You're more than that to me.
You do what do they call that? The Lehman's work, man. The rogue one, boots on the ground.
That's
shit.
right, I'm the boots on the ground guy.
You are the boots, man, the boots. All right,
true.
Jason, why don't you tell everybody where they could find you?
Yeah, WorkMoreOrLess.com is my website where I occasionally need to update it. WorkMoreOrLess, but then also WorkMoreOrLess at WorkMoreOrLess on Instagram is where I generally post most of my work. So that's really where you should start. So I'm on some of the other channels, but it doesn't really matter. So I don't keep up with it.
Co-host Jay Shot, where can the good people find you?
Shot 820 Instagram. That's it. I mean, I'm on Vero, but I don't know if we're doing that anymore. That was like a last week thing.
Yeah.
I'm on TikTok too, but it's usually the same content. So just go to the Instagram.
Yep.
Fine.
Yep. And I'm Go Figure Go. If you found me here, you can find me everywhere else. So for everybody here, we wish you all a great rest of the night. We appreciate Work More or Less for heading in here. Jay Shot, appreciate it. And we're going to be ending the broadcast now. So thank you guys for tuning in. Much appreciated.
Appreciate it, brother.
On the next one.
Thanks, man. See ya.